All right, I'm doing this video to help you know how to do a histogram on a Calc 84 calculator. It's very similar to a TI 84, but it's just slightly different. So I decided to do this video. So here's the problem here. You see the table below shows the tax in dollars on a pack of cigarettes in 30 randomly selected cities as of September 2010. Complete parts A through J. So part A is construct a frequency distribution with the first class having a lower class of limit 0. And then after they create this frequency distribution, then they want you to do a histogram. So we're going to do a histogram. We're not going to do this first part. We're just going to do the histogram. So there's two ways to do a histogram. Like you could do it from this, what we call, this is raw data. Raw data is just what you went out, you got a sample and you went to everybody in your sample and you asked whatever the data research question was, and you recorded down their response. And it's just a list of everybody's response. It's not organized in any way, right? That's the raw data right here. Okay. Then when you take the raw data and you summarize it, and then you have it in a frequency distribution. That's one way to summarize it, right? So this is the example of what it looks like summarized. So you can actually make a histogram based on coming from the raw data, or you could also do it straight from this frequency distribution as well. But I'm going to show you from the raw data right now. So you can download this app. It's called Calc 84. For the most part, it's free for most of the things that we want to do. And whatever it can't do, we can use Class Calc or another free calculator for this class, the purposes of this class. So what I did here, okay, this is what our Calc 84 looks like. I don't know if you can see it on my computer, but it looks like a little blue square. And if you just go to your app store, you can put Calc 84 in, and then you just hit install. So, and then what you would do next is you would click on this button that says Stat. I'm already there, but let me get out of this. So you just want to quit out of any screen at any point, just go second quit. It just takes you out of everything. What you do is you go to Stat, and then you hit this one. Lets you choose across the top. I think the TI 84 has it going down with your list going down. But anyways, you click on Edit on the top if it's not already highlighted, and then you click number 1 here for Edit. This allows you to put data into the calculator. I've already gone ahead and I've put in every data value. This took me a while, but 2.87, I put that in and pressed enter. So then I went down another row and I typed in 2.64 and then pressed enter. 1.83, press enter. And I went all the way down and put all of these values in that you see in this problem. The last one here is the 0.97. Well, you saw it, but momentarily that. All right, there's my data. Now I'm going to make a histogram from that data. So if you want the calculator to graph something, you're going to go to Stat Plot. It's right above this button on the top left corner, the Y equals. So go second, Y equals. This is the Stat Plot menu. First, along the top, they're asking what type of graph. So we're going to end up using a few types of these graphs, but right now we want this one that looks like a histogram. So I click on that one, and then it's going to ask me, what do you want? You want me to make a histogram of what data? So if you noticed a second ago, I'm going to go back to Stat, and when we go to Edit, where our data is, notice that I could have put data in L2 as well. Like I could have put data in here. And if you're working on multiple problems at once, or for whatever reason, the research you're doing, you want to keep lots of data in the calculator, they have lots. So you can keep several pieces of data. You don't have to delete anything. Well, if you do want to delete something though, you go all the way to the top and then you press this delete key and then it deletes everything for you. Anyway, all of my data is in L1. So since I wanted to make a histogram with that data that I have in L1, I have to tell it L1 and none of the other places where I might have data, right? So I go second stat plot again. I choose L1. That's the data I want to make a histogram of. And then it asks for a frequency here. If we were inputting summarized data in the frequency distribution already, we would put the frequency in and we would have chosen where we put the frequency in, but we're not going to do that now. So now we just have to make sure that it has the right window and that this plot is turned on. So let's turn that on. Oh, I'm sorry. Oops. Oh, we want it on. And something else important is all these other, they give you, you could do a lot of different graphs at the same time, but we don't want to. Look at all these others. There's a purple graph, there's an orange one. Make sure those other ones are off, because if they're not, then it might give you an error. Also, you can go into the y equals, just click on y equals right now and make sure there's no formulas in here, because it can also mess you up. And it'll give you an error when you try to graph this. Maybe it's trying to graph both at once and maybe the window isn't right. So I can go back to second plot. Okay. Next, we'll want to do our window. So we need to look at our, there's a few things that we should look at. We should look at the smallest value of our data. And we should make sure that our X-min is a little bit smaller than that. So I see in our data, I have like a 0.15. So I'm just going to put 0. Then our X max, what's our maximum data value? It looks like I see 4.07. I'm just going to go ahead and put 5. Nice to go a little bit above so that we can actually see the point on our graph. Okay, then the Y-min, now, if this is a frequency distribution, it's going to tell you how many times a particular value occurred. So it doesn't look like very well. What might happen is like what we're going to do right now. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to set. They said they want us to do a frequency distribution, and they want the class width to be 0.5. So this X scale, we want to put the class width 0.5. And then how many values? Okay, we can actually cheat here and we can say, okay, look at the frequency. If you have a class width of 5, when we look at the Y value here, we want to make sure that the smallest frequency, which is 1, is going to be seen, and then the largest, which is 9, is also going to be seen. So I'm going to put the Y-min as 0 and the Y-max as 10. And let's just press graph. Okay, let's just press graph. And there's our histogram. It shows us along the bottom, so we can read it. It says between 0.5 and 1. It looks like there was 9 values that were between 0.5 and 1. There was 5. It looks like 5 values that were between 1 and 1.5, and so we can read it. And sometimes you can press trace on here. Yeah, trace. So that usually allows you to, if you go like that usually tells you, oh yeah, okay, trace, I guess. So you can see exactly, okay, there was it looks like there was 9 values between 0.5 and 1, but they label this graph pretty good. So that's what our histogram, that's how to create a histogram on using class calc, or not class calc, Calc 84, sorry about that. All right, okay, let me show you how you would do it if it was already grouped data, which is even easier because there's a lot less values you have to enter. Okay, so I'll do another video for that. All right, bye.